Welcome to today's episode of Help My Workout. Today we have Meredith Russell on with us. Hey, welcome, Meredith.
Thanks for having me.
So we talked a little bit briefly before this. So tell me a little bit about why you decided to come on. What are your concerns? What are you dealing with fitness-wise?
Knee issue that's been bothering me the last few months. It's been sort of preventing me from doing like long distance running, um, and I have an injury in my right knee, so my left knee is supposed to be my good knee, but it's been bothering me on the lateral side, just under the kneecap, when I extend it.
So when you're running, when you extend the knee itself, is that the only time that you're feeling it during running?
No, if I run, then like afterwards for a couple days, it's extra angry, and it'll hurt me like while I'm just walking around.
You And have you had this checked out yet by anyone?
I have had a massage therapist work on some of those muscles around the knee, and then also a chiropractor that I go to has helped me test for like meniscus tears and that kind of stuff. So it doesn't seem to be anything more serious, just maybe muscular. I'm just not sure, you know, I'm not sure what's going on. I can't quite seem to fix it.
How long are you able to run before you start feeling it? Anything?
Maybe like a mile and a half, and then it starts sort of hurting, and then if I keep going, it'll get increasingly worse.
And are you able to do any other activities workout wise without having any discomfort for your lower extremity?
Like I'm able to do my full strength workouts, like squatting, all those kind of exercises without a problem. Occasionally on a single leg squat, when I extend back up, it'll give me a little problem, but no, I mean, it's mostly when I'm walking or running.
Okay, got you. All right. And so you're feeling it on like the impact when you're running, or what period of?
I don't have to put any weight on it, but yeah, if it's extending, if my leg is extended, right at that last little part of extension, it'll just kind of pinch, and it sort of feels, it like weakens the knee. It feels like it's going to give out a little.
Okay, I understand. All right. And have you been doing any rolling or stretching yourself?
I always roll and stretch every time after my workouts and my runs and walks, but been trying to do extra um, of that, just trying to pay attention to loosening up the muscles around the knee. Um, and I recently replaced my foam roller with something a little more hard, like a more firm one, um, which that's a very recent change. So I don't know if that's going to have any impact, but yeah, um, I do lots of stretching. So yeah.
Got it. All right. So for you run about a mile, mile and a half, you start feeling it on the, you're feeling it mostly on the extension of the leg, just before impact or with impact of the foot. All right. What's your running style? Are you more of a heel striker, midfoot, forefoot runner?
If anything, probably midfoot or heel. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like more heel, midfoot to heel, especially if you're getting it on that extension. And maybe a little bit of overstriding itself. We'll have to actually like look at your running to see exactly what that looks like. But sometimes if you're overstriding, that means you're putting your foot too far in front of you, and landing on that heel. It causes a little additional stress on the knee and the joints. So that may be part of the factor itself. That's just how you're heel striking or how you're landing with your running over a period of time. But we're going to look at some other things that may be a solution for you. When you're rolling out, what part of your bodies are you rolling out and stretching?
So I usually focus the most on my quads, the outer side, the IT band area, the inner adductor area, and then just my spine and my neck. So my lower legs don't get a lot of attention with rolling. And then my hamstrings, I've been trying to do a little bit more of that, but I don't focus as much on that part.
Okay, so we'll look at some things that may be a solution for you. Um, if you're not doing a whole lot with your lower extremity, you want to maybe address that. If you're rolling and stretching out your quads, inner thighs, hamstrings, a lot of times the issue can be a little bit lower, even into your foot itself. But I'm going to have my assistant come on over, Alicia. We're going to talk about some things that may be a solution for you. You're going to hop on a table for me so you can take your right foot shoe off. Okay. Good. All right. So what you're saying is that, when you're extending here, usually when you're extending out and you're running, your foot is dorsiflex, and then you're going into plantar flexion when you're actually pushing off. So if something's happening with that dorsiflexion, maybe it could be a tightness through your peroneus muscles because they have the opposite action. So when you're dorsiflex, you have foot is coming forward towards your body, the heel is extended down, and you're putting a stretch on those peroneus muscles, the brevis and longus, and your foot is slightly inverted when you're in that position normally, because you're getting ready to usually you're striking on the outer part of the heel normally when you're landing. So that puts that's the opposite motion of the peroneus muscles, longus and brevis, which is actually to help plantar flex the foot and also evert. So there may be some tightness along the lateral portion of the leg itself. All right, so I'll go on the side of the table. So you may want to start rolling out using your roller. We're going to roll out the lateral part of the lower leg along here. You're going to get those peroneals in there, the peroneus, longus, and brevis. And also using a ball, roll out your foot for a good minute or two. Some myofascial release of those plantar muscles. Then also rolling out the lateral part of your lower leg, and then also rolling out your quadriceps. Your calf muscles, your calf and soleus, and all those other plantar or flexural muscles of the lower extremity. So a little bit rolling laterally, below with the calf muscles, and also on the bottom of the foot. Okay, and then you can go into actually doing some stretching, for that area as well after you roll it out. Okay, so you can just basically take a strap or a belt or a towel, doesn't really matter, and just work on stretching out that calf itself, holding it in again for 45 seconds or so, 45 to 60 seconds. You can do a little pump action where you're pushing into the strap, contracting for a few seconds, and then relaxing and pulling into a deeper stretch. Okay, and also working on the peroneus muscles, they do eversion, so pulling it into a more inversion position as you're stretching that calf as well. Okay, so it's kind of turning the foot inward and pulling it towards you, stretching it out that way. Okay, because what can happen if you have severe tightness through here, and it sounds like it may be the issue, you can actually cause some torsion in the lower part of the leg, in that fib and tib joint, and then you may actually be getting some meniscus pain just from the impact itself. And a lot of times when they do meniscus testing, you're actually in a stomach position and your knee is flexed, but you can still have some meniscus issues from a straight leg position as well, with that impact and that slight tibial rotation that may be going on. Also, you may be getting some pain in the upper middle part of the inner thigh, just above and medial of the knee itself, and that can be due to some anterior tightness of the adductor muscles that's trying to balance out what's going on the opposite side lower itself. You have that long adductor muscle that comes across the knee and lower that may be getting a little bit of tension, again kind of balancing out what's going on the opposing side of the knee itself. So I would suggest to you, again, rolling outside of the lower leg, those peroneus, rolling out your calf muscles, rolling out the ball of your foot, and then stretching those at the same time. And then also continue to roll out your inner thigh with the roller. And then try that and just see if that works. If you get any relief, a good way to see if you you're getting usually that tension at 1.5 miles, see if you actually get up to 2 miles before you start getting that tightness in itself. Um, any thoughts or questions on that?
Makes sense. Yeah, I've had like less of pain, just more of discomfort on that medial upper part of my knee. So that makes sense what you're saying.
All right. So that pretty much, that's my, kind of answer for you. We'll see if it works for you. You can always just, respond back, comment on our YouTube channel and see if it actually worked for you. Hopefully it does. Hope this helps you out. And then if anyone else has the interest in learning more about ways to improve their health and wellness and their fitness, if they have issues or limitations, please feel free to look at the link below in our description and register for being on our show. Take care.